Hey guys, Rex here, and today I'm bringing you a deck profile, and I'm really excited because it's my boy Victor. Yeah, Stargate booster came out 2 weeks ago, and last week. I think it was last week. Yeah, I think it was last week, but yeah, came out last week. Yeah, so excited, so hype. So yeah, Victor deck profile again, sweet, love it, can't wait, so good. So we'll let you guys know this deck list might change in the future. Just trying it out still, but so far this deck list I have right now I like so far. But again, it could change because I'm going to be bringing it to team leagues. So yeah, it might change by then. If I do change it, I'll do like an updated deck profile for it. But for now, I'm just gonna show off what the deck list is. Starting Vanguard is Victhead. What? Not Cabochon? Cabochon's like the best starter. Cabochon is still good, but with our current state of meta being like chaos and like a lot of control decks like Overlord, having a GB1 starter out on the field is not the greatest, especially like because you will never see its skill go off. Victhead skill is not Generation Break restricted, so that's why I decided to run him over Cabochon. So his skill is Counter Blast 1, put him to soul. When one of your units stands due to an effect, you may pay the cost, put him to soul, draw a card, and choose one of your units, and it gets 2k until end of turn. And then if you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, you countercharge 1. So it's nice. So if you use the Counter Blast to pay for his costs, and that was your last Counter Blast, you basically just mitigated the Counter Blast costs. You're getting draws. Victor's getting a lot of draws now, thanks to a lot of his support cards. And then plus 2k is like a plus 2k, can bump your 9k to 11k. So yeah, again, his skill is not Generation Break restricted, so it can work well off with that new grade 2 we will talk about later on. So yeah, Victhead. For grade 3s, we run 4 of the new Zubat Victor. Zubat, because, you know, this is what happens when you walk into a cave without repel. But yeah, really good card, and like the best version of Victor by far. Well, grade 3 wise Victor. So his skill is on stride, you Counter Blast 1. You draw a card, then you choose a card from your hand and call it. You have to call it. And then you choose one of your units, which includes the Vanguard, and it gets a skill that when it attacks, you choose one of your cards and stand it. So basically, it's like the very first Victor, but better. The cost is still the same as the old Victor, where you Counter Blast 1, but you draw a card, and which gives you somewhat more options for cards you can call. And then you gain the on attack restand. You don't get the 5k plus, but like still it's overall a lot better than the original Victor. And then his secondary skill is at the end of turn, if the number of cards in your damage zone, the number of face-up cards in your damage zone is 1 or less, you countercharge 1. If the number of cards in your soul is 1 or less, you soul charge 1. If you countercharge or soul charge, if you countercharge and you soul charge, you draw a card. So basically, this is just telling you to just blow through your resources, which is nice. Victor is now getting a lot more. He's getting a lot more draws. He's getting a lot more cards that can help bring back resources easily. And Zubat's secondary skill does that. It's very nice. And then also because my favorite deck, gotta try to bling it out. And then backup is Exxcessive. Exxcessive is kind of iffy for me. Well, he's iffy when you have to ride him, but he's a pretty good card in the rear guard. If you don't remember, his Generation Break 2 skill is on rear guard or on rear guard, and it says Vanguard 2. When this unit stands due to an effect, your front row gets 2k. It does, it stacks, but it doesn't stack. You just get another 2k if it keeps restanding. So it can become 2k, then 4k, then 6k. And then his Other skill is On Stride. On Stride, he gains the skill that when he attacks, you Soul Blast 1. You choose one of your units, one of your rearguard units with a rush ability, and then you stand the column. Nice skill, but it really hurts to be on this Victor when you're going on to winning, because of obviously cost. But yeah, so yeah, I might switch him out for the old Victor just because of the Soul Blast costs now. Like the restand 2k is nice in some occasions. I might actually drop him down to 1, drop him 1 and just add like an old Victor instead. But for now we're just doing 3 Exxcessive. He's still a good card in the rear guard, but like obviously for your grade 3 ride you want to be on the new Zubat. Grade 2s, and they just got like the best grade 2 out of this card. 4 Extreme Battler Golshachi. Literally like the greatest grade 2 in Nova Grappler history. Sorry, Brutal Jack, Chance Jack, whatever. No, but yeah, this just helped Nova Grapplers so much, or at least the Victor decks. So first skill is a continuous skill. If you have a Vanguard with Victor in its name, he gets resist, and then the skill once per turn. When he attacks, you can counterblast 1 to stand 1 of your rear guards. The greatest thing is that this skill is not generation break restricted, so once you hit grade 3 Victor and call him down, he gains the resist, and he gains that restand skill, which is really nice. And it's stupid. I love it. Golshachi is like the staple of 4 of. And then his other skill is once per turn, Generation Break 2. When he restands, Rush skill. When he restands due to an effect of one of your cards, he gets 7k power. So he basically becomes a 16k, basically a column without boosted, which is nice. Golshachi is a really good card, and he's a definite 4 of in the Victor deck. Next, I run 3 Ninjad. He's essentially Cool Hank-ish, but you gain more power depending on cards in your G-Zone. So skill is Rearguard. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Victor in its card name, you may pay the cost, which is counterblast 1. If you do, choose one of your other Rearguards, stand it, and then the unit you stand and Ninjad will get 2k for every face-up card in your G-Zone. So yeah, but timing wise, since you activate the skill first, you have to finish the skill, resolve the skill first before counting the cards before adding more cards to your G-Zone. That's how I see it, because you have to resolve his skill first before you start any other auto skills. So yeah, timing wise that kind of thing. But like either way, he's a really good card. Basically he's Cool Hank, slightly better. Even though Cool Hank is kind of generic. It's generic, but he has to be boosted. But yeah, either way, you can swing with him and he doesn't have to be boosted. And then plus 2k for every card in your G-Zone, face-up card in your G-Zone is nice. So you can power buff and try to hit those numbers. Pretty nice. Next, 3 Magical Performer. Essentially, she's really good. Skill is when she stands due to an effect of your card once per turn, she gets 5k for every face-up card in your G-Zone. She is really good later game when you go for like your favorite champ turns, because you have like at least 3 to 4, so she gains at least 15k power, which is pretty stupid. Yeah, I took out Sever Temper because Sever Temper is now kind of clunky with all the new cards, especially with like Winning Champ, because you can actually proc her skill with Winning Champ skill, because Winning Champ, you can activate Winning Champ skill first and then leave her skill on standby until you finish Winning Champ skill. So yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, 3, and then my tech card, because I've been hearing a lot of Decklist in Japan play this guy. 2 Bare Knuckle Arnest. So yeah, his first skill is Generation Break 1. Retire him. You choose one of your rear guards and stand it. It's not the greatest because you're losing him, but he is an AK body. And then his second skill is Soul Blast 1 and rest this unit and choose one of your other rear guards and rest it. When he's placed on rear guard circle, you may pay a cost. If you do, draw a card. That skill is not Generation Break restricted, so you can kind of early game draw with him. Kind of like the best situation is if you're going first. That's when you get to go to grade 3 first. You run into like Zubat Victor. You probably have your starter. You have your starter right like off to the side somewhere. You can call Arnest. You can rest Victhead. Still last one to draw a card. Then you can call like Golshachi to the side. And because you have a Victor grade 3, his skill procs, attack with him, skill, restand, Arnest. And then you can proc Victhead skill to shove him to soul, draw a card, and then give Arnest 2k, so he becomes a 10k body or a 10k attacker for that turn. So yeah, you can kind of combo plays there with Arnest, whatever his name is. But yeah, they'll only run 2 because he is an AK body, and you don't want to be on an AK body as your 2 ride. So yeah, but still, like, he has like that early game potential to draw. Grade 1s, I think grade 1s are like kind of staple. It's not really much different. For Arashid, he is the he's the stride enabler for Victor. Helps you fish out the right Victor if you need to. And yeah, 2 of the new art because it looks nice. 2 of the old art because it's OG, and then obviously SP. I wish they made an SP for the new art. That would have been really nice. But yeah, 4 stride Fodder because you are it's a stride deck and you only run 7 grade 3s. Next, one of the best grade 1s. Sorry, Mayaki. Extreme Battler, Gunzdon. Simple skill, which the first skill you run him for, which is all you need. Generation Break 1, once you return, rest this unit. Choose up to 5 of your rear guards, and until end turn, it gets resist. Okay, you say F you to denial, Griffin. Yes. So no more effing up favorite champ turns because Kagro kind of like blocks or kills off your rear guards and anything like that. So it's nice. It's really good. And then his other skill is when his rush skill. When he stands due to effect of a card, he gets 4k for every face-up card in your G zone. So it's like Magical Performer, but only 4k. And again, it's only once per turn, so just remember that. But yeah, Gunzdon you should definitely run if you really want to protect your rear guards. And then another really good grade 1 is Jerohawk. So skill is Generation Break 1, count plus 1, put into soul. At the end of battle, the unit boosted a rear guard. If you have a Vanguard Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, stand the boosted unit, and it gets 2k until end of turn. So essentially, this is Nova Raphael's Jeffrey clone. For the fact that he does go into soul after being boosted, after boosting. Though it does cost counter blast 1, but again, this is Victor. You have ways to countercharge in this deck now. And then draw a card like Jeffrey does, and then you stand a rear guard. That's what Nova's does, and gives plus 2k power. So it's nice. Jerohawk is a really good card to put in deck, and that's why we run him. And then finally, 4 of the new perfect card, Baryon. So yeah, interesting PG. The only sad part is that he only blocks Victors. So which can work with Exxcessive Battler Victor. But yeah, again, it's not too bad. And then he also has the skill that if you have a Victor Vanguard, nope, that's not right. Then generic like perfect guard skill, but only protects Victors. Then you can counterblast 1 to draw a card. So you kind of mitigate the cost, kinda, though you are wasting counterblast. But again, you have ways of countercharging in the deck. and you're basically drawing a card for after dropping it, which is pretty interesting. Though, and yeah, you might draw into something you might need in later on, like maybe a heal trigger, maybe actually, depending on the situation, maybe a heal trigger to G guard, or maybe another perfect guard, or maybe another 10k shield to block attacks. But yeah, that draw one is interesting. Trigger lineup changed since my last deck profile, obviously. 4 Victor crits, 4 of Saar Blauglanz. Barglance is basically the nutrient angel. So basically, Counterblast 1, GB1, put into Soul, choose up to 2 cards from your circle and damage zone and turn them face up. FU Link Joker, very nice. Nova Grappler needed some kind of unlocking cards, because being locked really hurts. For Orchis Blaukreuzer, essentially it's a Margot clone. Oh wow, off center. Margot clone. Soul, which you kind of need soul for winning skill. And then finally, for the Blau heal, but it's generic. It's the generic bind to counter soul charge, which is nice. So now most of my triggers are now Blaus. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the G zone. Your strides is only consisted of 2 cards. 2 different cards, I should say, or 3 depending on how you want to put it. Your first stride is here. 2 winning champ victors. Easily like your best way to accelerate to generation break whatever. Skill Soul Blast 1, and choose a card from G zone, turn it face up. Whenever a rear guard stands, you may pay the cost. If you do, that unit and winning gets 5k power until end of turn. Not once per turn, so you can do this whenever you see one of your rear guards stand. That's why you want to be on the Zubat Victor and not Exxcessive, because you're going to be wasting Counterblast, and you want to save the Counterblast for his skill, which is pretty stupid and really good. Then his secondary skill is Generation Break 3. At the end of battle that gives you an attack, you draw a card, choose one of your opponent's rear guard with the lowest power and retire it. So you have a pseudo control now with retiring the lowest power. So you can get rid of like Conroe, that Griffin that strides for free, any key cards that might be really annoying that has very less power. So yeah, but yeah, he is like your first stride you go into. So yeah. And then your second and final stride you'll stride into is Fairy Champ Victor. We already know what he does. Generation Break 2, Counterblast 2, discard a card. At the end of battle, you choose the same number of rear guards to the same number of cards you face up in your G zone. You stand them. Then if you stand 3 or more, you countercharge 1, discard 3, stand your Vanguard, and -2 drive checks. Not once per turn. He's your finisher. That's all I can say. And your other finisher would be this guy, Stark. On place, Counterblast 2. He loses 2 drive checks, but he can attack up to 3 times, and he doesn't rest when he attacks. So what's that Mega Colony card that prevents you from restanding? Doesn't stop him because he didn't rest. Great. But yeah, 1 Stark, just in case. I managed to beat someone with Stark one time, so that was fun. And then your other strides are like your flip fodders for winning. So like I run 3 Victoplasmas. Well, why 3? Because one of them is a flip fodder for winning champ, and then the other 2 copy is for in case I go up against like Link Joker. So yeah, just like in case like I can't do anything else and I have to swing with Vanguard only, I might bump him to 4, because in some situations I find some of the other strides are in the G zone not really worth it. Like Meteor Kaiser Victor, like I barely go into him now. Again, just like more flip fodder for winning. But I think I might just drop him, just take him out like entirely. But though he is still very helpful with like on the on attack, GB3 to restand plus 5k, then the on hit stand plus 5. It's yeah. But again, like the main strategy you go into is winning and favorite and maybe Stark, sometimes Victoplasma. One Drigger, Beyblade, let's go. But yeah, one Drigger in case you don't want to Stark. Again, just like maybe a flip fodder for winning. It's up to you how you want to do it. One Seabreeze because you're a stride deck and you want to get your GB out. If you're putting that great stacking and you manage to stride, another flip fodder for winning. G Guardians, 2 Dog and Titans, more FUs to Link Joker. Basically, when he's placed on Guardian Circle, if you have less rear guards than your opponent, becomes 25k. And then G Zone, Soul Blast 1, turn him face down. Choose a card from either your circle or your damage zone and turn it face up. I think this was an Aquaforce G Guardian and now Nova Grapple Guy too. So we got something from Aquaforce and we got something from Angel Feather, which is nice. Gizmo, just to protect your rear guards. Unior, in case you need to get some counter charging and soul charging. And then one Gundred, just for that skill. And I think I forgot who mentioned it, but like if you G guard with him first and then you drop down your PG, you can actually mitigate the PG counterblast cost because he countercharges. So basically you get to draw a card, which is pretty nice. But yeah, anyways, that is it for this deck profile, guys. I'm just really happy, honestly, that Victor got so much love in the Stargate booster. And again, this is its current like deck list. It might change by the time Team League hit because I need to like work on a few things. There's some cards that I'm feeling iffy about. But yeah, either way, it's still it's such a good deck now. It's not even funny. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the deck list. Oh man, look at all this love for Victor. Oh, let's just throw Stark in there too, because why not? If you have any if there's like stuff you want to mention, like you should be running this card or that card, go ahead, feel free to put it down. I'll be sure to test it because this is my my favorite clan and it's my favorite deck, so I will be testing it out a lot. Even though Set 14 comes out on Friday. That means there's more decks to play. Oh, fudge me. But yeah, anyways, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bye.